Hello, my name is Varya Stepanova, and I'm going to tell you what's BEM and why you should care. I'm a front-end developer working for Yandex. Yandex is a large international company that works in Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Belarus, Turkey, and USA. Yandex is also a large portal with more than 100 services. And of course, there are some peculiarities when developing for such a big portal. And this presentation is about how we develop our front-end. I'm sure you agree that there is a difference between developing Cat's homepage and a huge portal with many sites. Our products have unique requirements, and these requirements made us find solutions how to develop front-end. Let's list what we need. We need to run ever faster if we want to keep our place. So all our services and our interfaces must be fast to develop. At the same time, they are long-lived. In terms of development, that means that after a few years, a new guy might pick up your code and your code should be absolutely understandable for them, although you have developed it very fast. A team might be 2 developers or dozens. And the work must be efficiently organized in both cases. There are more than 100 front-end developers at Yandex. Of course, they are working on different projects, but there are some tasks and problems in which they have to work as a team of 100 developers. Our teams should be scalable. Adding new people to a team should improve its productivity, and after assigning a new member, we need fast results. A team may include gurus and usual developers, but both an experienced guy and a probationer should have their task. So work can be divided by level of difficulty, and that way everybody has something to do. To maintain consistency of such a big portal and to minimize development efforts, we need to reuse code always when it's possible. I mean code reuse not only in scope of one project, but in scope of all portal services. For years, we kept looking for solutions to our problems, to these problems. And at one point, they became BEM methodology. BEM methodology is a new way of thinking when developing a website. This is not a programming language. This is an approach that you may use in any language, like object-oriented programming. And Since we are true nodes, of course we wrote some toolkits and frameworks and so on. But this is a different story. This presentation is only about theoretical aspects of the methodology. So let's go to some notions. As you see, BEM stands for block-element-modifier, and these are the main terms of the methodology. A block is something complete. It's a building block of your application, an independent entity. This slide shows an example of a block. In this case, a web search form. And when developing a website, we compose it from blocks. But since the blocks on a page are usually different, this picture much more. This is an imaginary website. Let's see what it consists of. All marked areas on this slide are blocks. You can see a menu block at the top, logo, search and authorization blocks below, then text block and footer block at the bottom. And there is one more block that isn't shown here, and I've made a separate slide for it. This is a head block. Here you can see that the head block holds some of the blocks I listed before. So this picture shows that block could be a compound. It could contain other blocks. The next term is an element. An element of the block is a part of the block, and it doesn't make sense without its block. But putting elements into their block, you may have something workable. In our search form example, the input field and search button are elements of search block. Menu items or the menu block are elements too. The last term is a modifier. Imagine that you need a block that is very similar to an existing one, but has some little differences. This would be the same block with a modifier. So, a modifier is a property of a block or an element that says it how to look and how to behave, that makes little differences. Let's come back to our imaginary website. As you see, it has been developed since last time we saw it. And now it has the second menu at the bottom. It's similar to the first menu, but has different layout. These two menus are two instances of one menu block, but the second one has a modifier that affects its block layout. Do you remember the search block we started with? Setting a background color modifier to it changes its view. And here is a menu block with the current tab selected. You can see that the current tab is the same element of the block as others, but it has little differences in view and maybe in behavior. So it's the same element but with a modifier. Here you can see links that provide additional information about BEM methodology and link to repos where we develop our frameworks, toolkits, and so on. Your questions and suggestions are very welcome to my email. Thank you.